Good morning. It is 9 a.m. It is a beautiful 46 degrees outside. I have some That's odd. Anyway, sorry about that, but I have some Folgers medium roast coffee, original blend. So I'm gonna take a quick sip. And we have chat open, so feel free to use that. I'll be talking about, if you could see behind me, I got some airplanes I'm gonna be talking about, and we'll also be talking about some other things because I have some tabs I'm going to be showing you guys. And so, yeah. Anyway, on the second channel, I wrote out saying feel free to use the chat at any time. Currently, no one's watching, but I don't care. So, let's continue. So, the airplanes behind me. I've gotten addicted to flight test planes, honestly. I've been scratch building. I've scratch built a couple. In fact, some I didn't fully finish scratch building, and some I just, finished, but didn't like the results, so I kept some parts. So you're going to see I'm pulling out some other things. So the first scratch build, I should probably start off with the first flight test plane I built was this, the F6F Hellcat. It's beautiful, and haven't flown it yet. Currently waiting on my battery to charge right here. So whenever that's charged, I'll mate in this thing, so yeah. But this is my first flight test plane, and people would, at least flight test themselves on their forums, say how it is a challenging build. Maybe it's just me and I used to try and copy some of their designs and building, but it wasn't that difficult, in fact. In fact, it was pretty easy. The one that was difficult was my second flight test plane, which was right here, and that is the Mighty Mini Corsair, even though, in my opinion, it's not really mini. It's quite big. Heck, technically both of these are huge. So yeah, but I did fly this a little bit. I threw it. However, I was using this engine. It's a Flight Test 2300 kV motor, what they recommend. The only problem is I don't have the proper connectors. These were 2mm. I thought they were a 3.5 or 4mm. I did not know that even 2mm existed. So what I would do is I'd hot glue it or try and stick it inside a ESC that wouldn't fit it. And of course, whenever you'd fly it, I'd immediately go full throttle, launch it, go in the air, and then I'd cut throttle and it'd fall straight out of the sky because it'd stall. And right now the firewall is broken on it, so I'm going to be trying to make a new one. That'll just be I'm definitely going to be using this engine a lot since it comes with its own firewall. So if it can fit on the Corsair, I'll definitely be using that. So yeah. And then I decided to get my hands into scratch building, since the flight test forums, to which, let me see, can I see if okay, so the flight test forums right here, you can download any designs, excuse me, sorry, but you could download any designs here, and in fact, I could probably link in the description down below. But you have the Mighty Mini Corsair, Lightning, Thunderbolt, Mustang. You have the entire collection of some of the old flight test designs. Some of them are not even on the store anymore, like the Long Easy. What else was there? The Punjet. The X19 is also here, or X29, not X19. Sorry. So yeah, but another thing, you can also get the Simple Scout XL. And honestly, let's see if I can get some of the plans out here. I have grown very much addicted to them, because right here are the FT Punjet plans. But not only is it just these, it's also mixed in with pontoons. I think the X... Is it the X29? No, it's not the X29. The X29 is in one of these stacks, but it's also the Sea Otter. So yeah. So since I divulged into scratch building, my first plane was the Corsair. I only have the wing left because I built the design crooked. I officially think the curse of the Corsair is something I have now, because my Corsair's wings, I don't know if you can see, but they're, let's see, I don't know if this, hold on, don't know if this captures it correctly, but, it's a little crooked. In fact, this is only my second ever flight test plane that I built, so definitely didn't go as well as the Hellcat since it's crooked. So I decided, I'm just going to build the original Mini since it seems easier. I made the same mistake. The wings were the only good thing about them, so I've kept those. Then I decided, let me try something easier. So I decided to build this, the Flight Test Scout, at least the Mini Scout. And as you can see, I've painted it. Pretty proud on how I painted it. Designed after the British. There's some, another sneeze coming on. Sorry. Excuse me. But there's some crude jokes on it, like, I get it, it's Aim Here, Jerry, which was a thing they used to call the Germans. Here it's Missed Me, and on this side it's Who Taught You How to Shoot. So yeah, currently I have it as a 3-channel. Just a little simple. I know you're not supposed to have the servos here. I'm using 9 grams. I only have 9 grams. And the thing that I don't get, they have 5-gram servos, but it's just, I don't get it. Why is it that the smaller servers that weigh less are much more expensive? I do not get it. So yeah. But then after that plan, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go bigger. So I built the FT Simple Scout, which I thought would be much, like, about only a little bigger. Nope. This thing is bigger. I cannot even fit it fully into frame. It's bigger than my whole torso. And I'm like 5'8", 5'10"-ish, something like that. So this thing is huge. Its wingspan is enormous. And I have the plans. I started actually cutting out the plans for the Simple Cub. So I'll be building that next with floats. Then I tried building a P-51, when then I had the glorious idea of, hey, why don't I try and make it a Wildcat, since I've been trying to design a flight test Wildcat. It didn't go well. The wing, it still looks like a P-51 wing, but the wing's all that's left because I just scrapped the whole body. It was bad. See, I'm gonna quickly have a Kleenex right here, so we'll use that. Sorry. So yeah. Then I was talking with my older brother. He's in college. I was talking with him. I'm like, hey, I want to build my own airplane. Like, I've been building these designs, and I enjoy them. It's very therapeutic because I'm currently on break. Tomorrow, like, today's my last day of break, so I haven't been posting much. But I've been building all these airplanes, and I don't know, like, I want to build my own. And he's like, well, do it. Just do it. So I built this. Oh, shoot. It's very tail heavy, currently with the servos in the back. This is what I'm calling the FT Mini. What do I call it? The FT Mini Fighter. You see mini fighters right here. It's just a mashup of different aircraft over the years. Like, this has the P-40 or P-36 nose, much like the P-40 early variant with the nose guns. A very early on canopy that's some of the early, biplane fighters that kind of look like the Wildcat had. Originally, the wings, this was supposed to be a biplane. The wings were much smaller down here. Before, I was like, you know what? I'm going to make it into a monoplane, see what it does. I really like this. Don't know if you can tell there's slits here. Then you see these squares. That's these things on the bottom for structure. Then you can see these little landing gear, a hole, Made in America flight test. The servos, they're sticking out because this is currently the prototype. I will be designing a kit for it, and I will be talking about this more in depth. I stole some of the stickers from the Corsair, so I got Corsair, Flight Test, Ovonic, which was the batteries. Then we have the kill markers. He's shot down 3 Germans, the 52, and I was using some paint markers, so I made a couple U.S. stars. I painted out the entire U.S. Well, not a good U.S. flag, but in my opinion, a decent one. My only problem is, like, there are 50 stars. I counted them out, but there's only 10 stripes, so yeah, what you gonna do? Another thing, this is the 3rd tail. Originally, it had a different tail, but after doing some glide tests, the tail just, because it would land on its back, so it was too tail heavy. So this one is reinforced with some sticks. The other ones wouldn't even fit it, so this was kind of a last minute build. So yeah, you can see the servo arms are just out here in the open. I don't know what that will do to flight time. I don't know if you can see, it does have a little bit of dihedral, just a slight up bit of dihedral. So yeah, another thing, if we ever go FPV, bump the camera will be right in here, because there's a little seat made out. So yeah, that's where that will be, and the landing gear are these little skids. Originally this, and it has a tail dragger on the back. This foam bar, originally I thought that'd do until I installed the servos. I didn't want it resting on the servos, so I installed this, and these, I bent them last night. I don't know if it can even take off. It was also meant for prop clearance, because that's what this thing was used for just to seeing. I know it's going to require a smaller prop, because currently the wash from this, let's see how I have it. Well, but the prop wash from this 3-bladed, the prop on this is way too big for this thing to go, so I'm going to get a smaller one, and I'm going to see how it does. I might release a couple different variants since I'm still prototyping. One variant is going to have ailerons. The servos are going to be either here or up a bit further, and I will lower the poster board. So yeah, another thing is you could make this a bank and yank. That's another idea where you won't have the rudder. This one is just a 3-channel. You have up and rudder, and throttle. So yeah, so far on glide test, the thing seems pretty stable. My tail, I don't know if you can see, is a little crooked on this. It's a little bending to the side. I have the same problem on the Mini Scout, where if you can see, the tail is kind of bent. I don't know what that's from, but yeah. A sip of coffee. Yeah, it's strong anyway. But another idea I had that was an odd one was, I don't know if you guys remember, but I had that on the channel I did this thing with a what is it, a Spitfire glider that was a rubber band plane. So I took the rubber band propeller, I put it on, or I was trying to fit it on this motor. It wouldn't fit, so as you can see, I have some I tried burning it through. So yeah, that's the bell I have up here. But yeah, I tried burning through it. It doesn't fit that well, but I'm probably gonna make it a bigger hole. My idea is, could we theoretically use this for normal aircraft, or at least RC? Is it strong enough, or will it just snap? I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna check that out. Yeah. Another thing I'm gonna be talking about is I ordered from a hold on. What's it called? There we go. So a while back, I ordered a F8 from X-Fly. As you can see here, is this variant, and that was my Christmas present last year, the big one. And a piece of paper or debris got inside that turbine here, went inside, ended up destroying it, causing the ESCs to burn out. Plane almost caught on fire, so I removed all the electronics. That's why I have a bunch of X-Fly, I guess, EDFs. So then I tried rebuilding it. It didn't work out. In fact, the entire body is in there, in those toy boxes. I don't know if you can see, I'm going to adjust the camera slightly, but it's all in there. Some more foam board for stuff. But yeah. So I ordered this one from I don't know what company they're called. Borrowed another one in this exact same color, and it said it was gonna. It said it arrived at my address yesterday at 11:44. Haven't received it, and in my neighborhood, there's two people who have our address. At least the number of our mailbox and address. It's just they're different. It's the ever so slightly different name. So I went over there to that house, like, hey, did you see a package? Nope. So I don't know where it is. And each time I'm like, hey, I've not received this thing. It says this, we are so sorry. We are a third party Chinese distributing. It might be a little late. And I'm like, okay, I'll give it some time. It was in Rincon last, it said. So I don't know. But yeah. Anyway. So we still don't have anyone. I'm also gonna be talking about I watched a movie called Sinners. The I watched it with my sister one night. I thought, oh, it's just a nice little like 1930s Great Depression film. Who doesn't love it? It's like, oh brother, where art thou? Who doesn't love these? It involves uh these three. I'm gonna say three characters: Preacher Boy and the Smokestack Twins, who are they're like infamous in Chicago. They work with Capone, and yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, it's not a bad movie. It's not the best movie. Apparently, it's eligible for an Oscar. Of course, we're all entitled to our own opinions, but honestly, my opinion is it was all right. The first watch, I was like, man, I really enjoyed this. I like the music. The spoiler warning: it's a vampire movie, so the vampire is a Irish vampire, and the actor plays in a SAS battalion TV show. I really like the actor who plays Remick, a Irish vampire that's apparently 1500 years old, and he sings "The Rocky Road to Dublin," "Will You Go, Lassie Go," and then they sing some other songs. I was in it for the music. I thought, oh man, like I love old timey music. Let's listen to this. One scene though, Preacher Boy, he's like a guitarist, and it involves some voodoo stuff. I don't know much about voodoo. I'm Christian, so I don't like. We have the First Amendment. We're entitled to our own beliefs, but I don't know much about it. I have watched some people try and explain it, like Watcher or not Watcher. What is it? BuzzFeed Unsolved. When Shane and Ryan used to work for them, they did something on it where I learned a little bit more. But it involves how like some people with music can just bring spirits new and old, and they showed a scene where he's playing a song, and apparently it's supposed to welcome the spirits. Some of the stuff, like the old timey stuff, like they show old traditions, like those people who do the. This is gonna sound probably I don't know how it's gonna sound, but the sweeper dances. I don't know what it's called, but it's a dance where they're wearing these shoes that to me kind of look like brooms, but of course I'm not. I don't know, but shows some things, and it's like, oh yeah, this is nice. And then they started playing some rap and hip hop, and I'm like, okay. I mean, it doesn't sound bad. It goes well with the old timey music. Then when I showed it to my mom, she's like, yeah, that's kind of dumb. Like, I get the older spirits, but how did it bring in newer spirits? What's that gonna do? So I don't know. It was an on scene, and then it's like in the monologue on the or the epilogue in the opening, it's like it can also bring evil spirits. That's what brings the vampire, because he could see them, and I don't know, he could see the house. So he comes along, and the way these vampires work, the only vampire I have seen is the Sir Christopher Lee one, where he played Count Dracula. So very different. I've also done some research on what caused vampires to be, mainly Vlad the Impaler, his children, and the whole point of them being allergic to the sun. That's where the vampires hate sunlight. They were allergic to the sun, very reclusive, drank the blood of their enemies. Yeah, that was a little odd. That's where the vampire thing comes from. Turning into a bat, I think that's just superstition legend. And the whole wooden stake through the heart, as in Hotel Transylvania, what he says, who wouldn't that kill? And the holy water contains a bit of salt, so they probably just sprayed it in his eyes, and he's like, ah, my eyes, and they're like, it weakens him. he was also probably allergic to garlic, which caused that. Ever heard of a vampire kit? They're the weirdest thing ever on the topic of vampires. It was this old little kit you could buy in like England. It involved the basics like holy water, garlic, wooden stake, and a pistol. It was for children. They gave you a little tiny flintlock pistol, the ammo, and it was a real gun. It could kill, and it's like, here you go, little Timmy. This is your Nerf gun from back in the olden day. And it's like, oh, I love you, Daddy. I love you. I got my little flintlock pistol. Hey, Billy, you got your flintlock? Let's go have a fun, good old gay old time having flintlocks. And when I say gay old time, I mean like the old timey talk of, when gay meant happy and stuff. Yeah. But it's just, they gave children flintlocks. And I know back in the day when you were 9, you were considered, okay, little Timmy, you're 9 now, you're an adult, go to the factory, work in the factories now. But I'm 9, you're in the factories, get out of my house, and they like punt kick them. So yeah, man, children had it rough in the 20s, and honestly back in the day, but yeah. Anyway, I'm back on the movie. So the Remick dude wants to get in. He gets this one girl who's at the party. He gets her. She gets in, starts turning another dude, one of the Smokestack twins, and shows how bullets have no effect on a vampire. Which makes no sense. What was the point of the flintlock? And the vampire kills. That just meant to slow him down, like, bang, I shot him. Ah, and you get the wooden stake. How is that? A wooden stake kills you, but yet, and like, one of the dudes has 2 1911s, and he shoots them, since they're semi-automatic. So he's just shooting them. And then it's just like, okay, reload now. Reload. It's pretty simple to reload a 1911. You have to empty out the casing, boom, load, and you're done. That's all you have to do. Then you can just go bam, 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 bam. And later on in the movie, they're trying to eat garlic to see who's a vampire and to keep them safe. And the thing that I never got is the same character with the 1911s pulls out because one character's like, I don't want to eat garlic. I don't like garlic. And he's like, eat the garlic, otherwise we think you're a vampire. So yeah. And he does the weirdest thing. He has already shot the gun a couple times. He pulls back the hammer. And in my mind, I'm like, wait a minute, he's already shot it a couple times. He hasn't reloaded. So there's already a round chambered. The hammer should already be pulled back. Why are you pulling it back? I don't know. It's probably just... another thing. Let's see if I can find this. Give me a sec. I'll be talking about this. Hold on. Don't know if they'll show this, but it's another thing that I found odd in movies that they did, especially with guns. Like, it's just, it's odd. I'll share the screen whenever I get the scene up. Man, I do not like ads on YouTube. It's the weirdest thing ever. So yeah. Let's see, can I find it? I think this is it. Fast forward a little bit. Yeah, here we go. Let me unmute, and I'll be showing you guys this scene, so share. Hopefully this isn't caught, but... Yes. He jumps through the window. Yeah. You see this dude, he cocks that shotgun. It's already... It's a pump action, so he's like, bam, racks the gun. He grabs it. And watch this. Watch this. She racks it again, and you can't even see the shell eject. There was already a shell in the gun. The dude behind her had already racked it. She had heard him, grabbed it, smacked it, but then when she takes aim, she racks it again? Like, here, look, you can see it. Like, you can hear it ever so slightly. Yeah, you can hear it. Grabs it. And then just there's the shell. It's the stupidest thing ever. It's like, why would you already, like, the gun already has a round in the chamber. I know it's it's plot armor. Maybe she didn't know it was loaded. You can hear it. You know, there's a difference between, oh, was that someone walking and a gun racking? I don't know. Maybe it's just because, I don't know. It's a movie. They don't know much about shotguns most of the time in movies unless it's a movie who do the research on the guns. Because that gun and the dude just having a shotgun and then just being like, rack, girl grabs it, and then just, and it even shows the shell eject. So, I don't know. Heard me tirade on something. So, yeah. Need more coffee after that. Okay, let's go into some other things. So, also heard that there's some new Transformer things coming out. So I know they were announcing a Shockwave, the SS, I guess Gamer Edition Devastation Bumblebee, which honestly I don't think we needed. Like the Gamer Edition, I really enjoyed my Optimus. Like that's a very good figure. It's solid. I think they should scale it up a bit, but yeah, it's a solid figure, and I don't think that Bumblebee, like, the Bumblebee does not look good, in my opinion. I think they should have just kept the normal SS-86 Bumblebee, because that's a good figure. Not only is it good, it scales well with him. So, yeah, and the Wheeljack and Sideswipe are just 3 tools. So, and I have the Sideswipe. I don't have the normal Wheeljack, so I don't know how that will scale with him, but the Sideswipe and Bumblebee, they scale well with the Optimus, but anyway. Still don't get why they need to make a new figure other than money and Hasbro. So yeah, I'll grab me another tissue, my box here. So yeah, sorry about this. It's currently, I know the little groundhog, the little cute little groundhog, Punxsutawney Phil, saw his shadow and is like, okay, America, 6 more weeks. I live in Georgia, so it's not 6 more weeks. It's now spring. Pollen's blooming, and I'm allergic to basically everything. At least down south. So I'm allergic to oak trees, bluegrass, not the music, love the music, but cats, which is it's the worst thing ever because I love cats. My grandparents, like their house, my aunt's house, they live in South Carolina, and it's like there was a cat that we found. It was a stray little kitten. We named her Whiskers. She was an outdoor cat, so she was a wild / tamed cat. She was outdoor, and she'd come up, we'd feed her, she'd come inside, be all relaxed, sit up on the couch with us, and then it's like, okay, thank you, kitty, and then she'd just leave. She's like scratching at the door, like, hey, let me out. We'd let her out. She'd be outside most of the day and come back in, and it's like, hey guys, how's it going? So yeah, but my grandparents, of course, like they grew up in like where animals would stay outside. So my grandpa, anytime the cat came inside, he's like, hey, put that thing back outside. That it doesn't belong inside. So anyway, that's where they come from. So my grandmother, though, she'd always, like, she loves animals. We used to have this, she named him Jim, Big Jim. It was a white dove. And I guess up there, it's very good luck. At least she always told us it was good luck to have a white dove. And honestly, that was the only white dove I knew, or at least have seen. So it was this big fat white dove. She'd feed it, named him Big Jim, and I haven't seen him. Like she passed on, and whenever she and my grandfather passed on, like Big Jim stopped coming. So a little sad, man. Yeah. And we're almost at the 30-minute mark on the live stream. So, and still no one's seen it, but hopefully whenever I post this, people will see it. Yeah, sorry I haven't been posting much. I've been busy with school, life. In fact, my math teacher assigned us homework over the break. So at probably 10 o'clock, I'll start working on that again because I've been doing it in and out through the break. And so much fun it is to be working when you're supposed to be off and enjoying yourself. So yeah. And I'm going to be talking about one thing, the FT Simple Scout. It came with these bombs. It could build, add two, like you could add two, whatever they are, nickels, and then drop them out of the plane. So, yeah, I don't know if I am going to be using the bomb drop on the Simple Scout. Heck, I don't even know if, like, I am going to paint all my planes. I've been looking at these acrylics. And in fact, this and this plane were painted with paint markers. This one's going to be, I'm looking on Amazon. I could probably show you guys that. Let's see. Looking on Amazon for a little bit on these acrylic paints. And also cameras. So, here we go. Get that open for you. Sorry. So it's these acrylic, see some other things in the shopping cart, but these acrylic paints, I found them, and they say they're good for aircraft, and they're meant for either models or RC. They have a bunch of them, so I'm definitely going to be using these for the airplanes, and they're also pretty cheap. It's $12, so yeah. Now, I guess I'll start talking about some future projects I've planned. So one video I had planned was something called "This Video Is Not Sponsored by War Thunder." So basically, since I don't have enough subscribers to get sponsorships, I decided, you know, it would be a funny idea, making fun of other sponsorships. You know how YouTubers are like, okay, this video is sponsored by this, do this, this, and this. And to me, it's a little annoying unless it's someone who actually makes it energetic, like uh, Martin Cedo Pants. He made it where World of Tanks just was this whole adrenaline rushing, I don't know the words to describe it, but he made it entertaining. Let's just say that. So the whole thing would be like, this video is not sponsored by War Thunder. It's going to be like, have you ever dreamed of being a tank? Well, too bad. And it's, yeah, it's just going to be a little funny skit. So yeah, another thing is, of course, stop motions. There's going to be some stop motions in the works. Currently, one idea, because probably can't see them. I'm going to quickly undo the camera and show you up there. Those two airplanes up there, they're on little stands that are meant for stop motions. In fact, I'm actually, one second, I'm going to grab that, one of those airplanes. So, yeah, so these stands, you can use them for stop motions, so that's what it's going to be used for. Currently, I just have the airplanes on them, just because. And, this specific airplane, I don't know if you guys remember, I had the power-up module, which, that's an odd story, because I was flying it, and, I was flying in this area. In this area, there's a lake and some trees, so I'm flying it with the phone. I'm like, oh yeah, this is so much fun. It's on a biplane, like wood model, and it's like flying in circles. Next thing I know, a wind gust, because it was a little windy that day, and I'm like, oh, it's fine. It's not that bad. Wind picks up, as it does whenever I'm flying it. Soon turns it off course. I'm like, no, 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 turn around. It's swaying, and I'm like, turn around. I lose signal, so I'm trying to go in, and it keeps going, because it's gliding by now. And then finally, I regain signal. I'm like, full throttle turn. As I'm turning, the module comes loose. Wind gust hits it. Module falls off. The plane is still gliding down. Falls in the lake. Yeah. Luckily, I will probably buy another one, but not recent. Not anytime soon. So yeah. But anyway, my little brother built this plane for it. It's supposed to be just a different designs. Like you can see, this is supposed to be red tail P-51 body, somewhat with it's just different designs. I've actually asked some permission, like, hey, can I build a flight test inspired design similar to how I built this? I asked him that, and he's like, yeah, sure, I don't care. You can do whatever. So let me get me another Kleenex. Sorry, my allergies are bad, but yeah. So definitely, I will be trying to build another one of these, or at least build a model and make plans. Another thing is, I have been working on plans for this So far the wings, you'll be able to download some plans on the forums, build this thing up if it flies good. Because I'm not going to design plans unless it flies good, and that's going to, since it's still a prototype, it's going to take some tweaking. My one concern is also, I'm going to bring this back, I keep reaching over, is the tail. Because this tail sits a little low. If you could, if I could get a full body design, this tail sits pretty low. And depending on how much the prop wash is, it might just hit this, which it's curved, but it's not the very most aerodynamic. Another thing is down here, I have this spar. I have two spars. This one, these are just meant for the wings. Originally, they were connected, the wings. I would try and slide it in, but then I noticed I want the wings to be slightly dihedral, which means they're like a V. So it's like this, and I know it's weird seeing me lean back. Here, example, these wings here are dihedral. That's what helps make it turn easier. In fact, most FT designs have dihedral wings. This thing has a slight dihedral. It's not by most, or by much, but it's a slight dihedral upward. Another thing is the wings are not the same size, so that's why this side is in there a bit more than that side. So yeah. Another thing is this was originally painted blue, and so I'm like, no, that doesn't look right because the red and blue, so then I tried painting it, and it just turned out maroon. But anyway, the concern is definitely the tail. And another thing is the servos. This is an older servo here, and it likes to do the squirrely or the annoying noise. So yeah, but anyway, hopefully it will fly good, like some of these other designs. I know I have tried to design flight test planes in the past. I know one of them. I don't think I still probably have some pictures somewhere. I could probably look on definitely on my phone. Definitely see if I can get a picture of it. And excuse me for a second. I'm gonna try and see if I can find it. It's loading for a little bit, but I have tried several designs since I've been watching flight tests since I was 5. So I've tried building. My older brother and I have tried building planes. One was a little successful. If I could probably show a picture of that. So after the F-18 crash, I was loaded with a bunch of parts, and we had this wing, or we had a biplane design. I could probably also show a picture of that. Him and I have designed a lot of airplanes through the years, so I'm gonna quickly look for that. Yeah, sorry about this.